Hi there. My name is Jason Koegler, and I'd like to introduce myself to the 2018 summer West Liberty University MBA class. Uh, Bear with my voice. I have a cold this week and I've lost it a bit, but it's getting better. I was born in 1975 to two great parents, Bill and Debbie Koegler, which makes me a 43-year-old Wheeling, West Virginia native. I serve as a vice president at West Liberty University, our school that we're all attending. I have a happy family with a wife, three children, and two dogs. If I had to describe myself in a few words, it'd be active, like to have fun, like to be creative, kind of nice, and I'm curious, among other things. Uh, Probably the most unique thing about me is how I grew up and where I grew up. My father, Bill, who is a 1971 West Liberty graduate himself, started working in Ogilvy Park when he was 13 years old as a caddy at a place called Caddy Camp. And he never stopped working there. And I had the great fortune of actually growing up on the grounds of the park, as it was housing was a part of his compensation package, much like the president's house is at West Liberty University. I'll show you where that house is. For those of you who are familiar with the area, you might be familiar with it. Here is the blue tower that's visible from a lot of points in Ohio County. Here's Crispin Golf Course. And here's Route 88. So if you're driving to West Liberty and you make a right to go to a wedding at Wilson Lodge, or you're spending a night there, right there on the corner is a brown shingled house. It used to be a farm manager's house, actually, at the old farm that was donated by Colonel Earl Ogilvy to initiate Ogilvy. And now I have the pleasure of driving by the house I grew up in every day as I go to the hilltop and travel to West Liberty. So that's my growing up story. Let's see here. After Ohio County Schools education, I attended James Madison University in the mid 90s. I was a hospitality and tourism major, and I had a really good time. It's a beautiful area. It's the Shenandoah Valley, about a 5-hour drive from the Wheeling area. However, my biggest accomplishment during this time wasn't actually finishing my degree, but it was meeting my wife, Sarah. Sarah was born in Brooklyn, New York, and raised in Babylon, New York, which is on the southern shore of Long Island, about an hour east of the city. And her parents and a couple siblings still live there today. We visit there often. After she graduated James Madison, she worked for Teach for America as a teacher and was placed in Oakland, California, in the Bay Area of California. But you'll notice we might have noticed there's a 4-year gap there. It's because Sarah broke up with me and I moved to California with no job and no degree, and with the intention of winning her back, and was successful. We lived in Oakland, which is right across the bay from San Francisco, and I commuted to San Francisco and worked for the oldest company in San Francisco, Bodine Bakery. Bodine is a super famous organization that specializes in sourdough bread and operates cafes around the bay that are similar to Panera. And most of the time, there I was served as either an assistant manager or a general manager of a cafe. But I also worked in marketing and catering. And while I was there, they were going through a growth period, and I helped in new store development and openings. I worked with a lot of people who are very different from me and different from this area. A lot of people from Mexico and Guatemala. I had a lot of friends from all over the world. I finished my degree at Sonoma State University, which is in the wine country, in a cohort adult program. But I consider living in California a life-changing experience, and that's why I call it my first master's degree. I miss it. I love living there, but two things: it's way too expensive, and it's way too far from family. So that was our inspiration to move somewhere that was much closer to family and much more affordable, Wheeling, West Virginia, in 2007, so over 10 years ago. Um, it was tough for me to find a job. I finally did after a couple of months at West Liberty, but we did have some flexibility, and we're fortunate that Sarah would work from home, so we really could have lived anywhere as long as I could find a job. Campbell, and we were 8 months pregnant with Will. It's a crazy time, and it's crazy how time goes so fast. It's hard to believe that we now have a 12-year-old and a 10-year-old. It's Campbell on the right and Will on the left, and a surprise daughter, Cora, who came to us after we both turned 40. But she's the light of our life right now. In this picture, because Sarah's family lives in New York, we get to go there a lot. This picture is actually from Central Park Thanksgiving Day, after we got to see the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade last fall. My official title is Vice President of Institutional Advancement. Over the time that I've been here, in collaboration with a lot of other people, we raised over $15 million in private fundraising, and we raised a lot of money for scholarships and programmatic areas, but some areas that might be familiar to people who are familiar with the campus: a $5 million, 100% privately funded renovation project of the football field, which is called West Family Stadium, a $22 million project, our new health sciences building, which is Campbell Hall. We raised $1 million for that. And the project that we're really proud of, that's a new project and it's actually under construction as we speak, hopefully done sometime in September, is West Family Athletic Complex, which is a turf soccer field and a track. Our track team has been running on Route 88 for 30 years with no track. So very excited about this project, and I'll hopefully be sharing pictures with you guys in the future. I'm excited to learn from this MBA program and complete my master's, become a West Liberty University graduate, and possibly try for a PhD after that. I enjoy higher education and the field and everything about it. I love it, and I can see myself at West Liberty for the rest of my career. So thank you for this opportunity, and it was fun to do this project.